Hello everyone, welcome back to Power Cyber Defense. In today's video, we're going to walk through how to build an InfoSec program fast step-by-step roadmap. So, if you have been assigned to build an information security program from scratch or to fix a broken one, and you are short on time, don't worry. I'm going to walk you through step-by-step process to assess risk, implementing policies, and demonstrate real progress all within a short amount of time. So whether you are an IT manager, compliance officer, or just someone looking to secure your organization fast, this guide is for you. So without being said, let's get started. Step one here, we talk about interview key stakeholders. Why this step is critical. Before jumping into security policies or tools, you need to understand the current state of security in your organization. The fastest way to do this by talking to the people who own, manage, or rely on critical system. All right. So many security gaps aren't documented. They are unknown only to the people dealing with them daily. These interviews will uncover risk that might not show up in reports. So the question here, who to interview and why? You don't need to talk to everyone in the company or in the organization. Just focus on the three key groups who will give you the best insights. So the first group is going to be the IT and security teams. So they know the technical risk and weaknesses, right? So the second group, we legal and compliance teams. They ensure the company or the organization follow regulations, right? Lastly, or the last group, executive and business leaders. They decide on budget, prioritize the decisions and everything in the company. So, how to conduct this interview? So, keep it short and focused between 20 and 30 minutes per interview. Ask open-ended question. You want insight. You want knowledge. You want to know everything, not just yes no answers. Right. So take details notes or record if it's allowed to track recurring concern. Here we move to the first question. We take the first group, as we mentioned, group one, the IT and security teams. These people deal with security daily, all right? So, and know where the biggest holes are. So the first question, if I want to ask them, what's the biggest security concern you deal with daily? Either in patched system, lack of monitoring, weak password, etc. Second question, I can ask them: have you experienced any cyber attack, breaches, or close call in the past year? If so, what happened? Right? You have to understand what happened. How did we respond to this attack or breach? Next question we have: which system or application are the most vulnerable right now in the organization or the company? So any legacy software, for example, exposed port or weak configuration. The fourth question here I can ask: do we have security monitoring in place, SIEM, firewalls, in point protection, etc.? So when we move to the group two, which is a legal and compliance team, Uh, so they ensure we follow laws like GDPR, ISO 20007, or NIST frameworks, right? So the first question I can ask: what security regulation or framework do we need to comply with? ISO 27001 or GDPR, so etc. Have we ever failed an audit or received security warning? What issue were flagged? So you have to always take details as well to understand the situation. Do we have contracts with the vendors that require security controls? Are vendors responsible, for example, for encryption, data handling, etc.? Then we move to group three, which is executive and businesses leaders. Uh, so the leaders they are the decision makers here, right? So you need their buy-in for security improvement. Uh, the first or the three or four question I can ask. First of all, I can ask like, what are the company most critical asset? Customer data or financial system? What kind of asset that the sensitive and critical we have to protect? Uh, Next, we can ask, what are your biggest concern about cybersecurity? Repetition damage, legal fines, financial rules, etc. How much downtime, sorry, or data loss is acceptable in case of an attack? This helps define disaster recovery priorities, right? Do we have a cybersecurity budget? What tools or training can we afford? This part is also important. You have to understand it. So the next step after the interview, so you have a 4 points you have to play on. So first of all, you have to summarize the key risk you heard from each group, right? Look for common pain points. For example, everyone mentioned phishing attacks as a risk, right? Or another threats. So prioritize urgent issue, no backup, missing security monitoring, etc. Use this information to guide your next security action, right? And the end of this part, the most tips so I can recommend. So keep interviews. Uh, In the end of phase one rapid assessment, here is some pro tips. Keep interviews brief and focused. People are busy. Not everyone have really, especially if a team is uncooperative, firm the discussion. So, for example, we are here to help reduce risk, not blame anyone. Offer a quick feedback on what you learned so they know their input value, right? So now we move to phase two, which is execution. So in this phase, this is where things move from planning to doing, right? So based on the assessment, you now need to take fast, practical action to reduce the most obvious risk, right? So the first step here in this phase, we have a quick wins, policies and governance. So why this matters? Policies are your foundation. Without them, you have no standard for securing behavior or enforcement, right? So, and the best part, you don't need to start from scratch. Use, for example, proven templates from a trust organization. Next, we have action steps. First step, we have acceptable use policy. Use the free Sounds Institute templates. That will help you. No need to start from scratch. The second point here cover the basics like what employees can or cannot do on the company system. The next step we have incident response plan. So you can download the CISA plan tablet. That also will be a little push. At the minimum, defines how to identify content and report incidents. And this is very important. So the next step we have form security steering committee. Here you don't need to wait for a big team, 5 people from IT, compliance, and leadership is enough. Meet bi-weekly to track progress, review incidents, and approve updates. Assign roles and responsibility. This is very important step. Clearly define who own what. For example, who update the firewalls, who approves vendor access, who leads incident response. Uh, this avoids delay during real incidents. So that's why it's very important, right? We move to risk management and compliance. This is very really important. Even small companies have vendor regulation to deal with, right? So this step helps you cover the minimum security requirement for compliance and risk controls. If we take vendor risk management, so we can use the CIG rate questionnaire to quickly assess vendor, right? So question cover encryption, access control, incidents handling, etc. And send it to critical vendors like cloud storage, payroll, etc. So then we have regularity compliance. This here quick wins like use these low hanging fruit to meet a requirement from ISO 27001, NIST, and GDPR. That will help you a lot. So apply basic encryption at the minimum, encryption laptops and cloud storage using IS 256. Uh, all emails and admin portals, VPN must also enable MFA or multi factor authentication. Next, we have like you have to install endpoint protection. So ensure all devices have antiviruses and the EDR. Even free tools like Windows Defender are better than nothing, right? So don't leave it for accidents. Uh, Now we come to a part I consider it really important, that employee security training. Um, this is really matters. because people are your biggest risk and your strongest defense. So most breaches start with a human error, not just bad speech or bad knowledge they have, right? Training essentials. We can use. There is a lot of platform out there. Use the NIST Security Awareness Guide that can cover core topic like data handling, social engineering, and physical security. Phishing simulation, so we can use No B4. This is a free tool to send fake phishing email and see who clicks on it, right? The training topic to prioritize, always we said like phishing awareness. Each employee have to spot suspicion links or urgent requests. Uh, Always show them rule: don't click or download unless you are 100% sure, and verify the link. Um, Next, we have a strong password hygiene. So use a password manager like we have like LastPass, Bytewarden, etc. Don't reuse passwords. Uh, for example, like there is some employees, they know like they don't like to bother. Just use a password for everything and use it like for 1 year, 2 years, like forever. Next, we have incident reporting. Train employee to report suspicion, suspicious emails, unauthorized access, malware alert, etc. This can create a simple form. You can create a simple form ticketing system to report it quickly inside the organization. Now we come to incident response and disaster recovery. Why this matters? Security incidents will happen. What matter is how you respond. An untrusted response plan is as bad as having none, right? So now IR quick win or draft a basic IR plan, incident response plan. Use You can use the CISA plan template. Now, when we come to the defined points, like the rule, for example, incident leads, commits leads, etc. Phases here: deduct, contain, eradicate, or recover. That's also you have to have it in the plan. Communication channel. That's also it's important. Always set up an escalation process. For example, who do you contact first, right? Who authorized to speak publicly? Uh, and how quickly must the incidents be acknowledged? Yeah. So now, tabletop exercise simulate a breach, as we mentioned previously, but now we will not simulate the phishing. We going to get familiar with the ransomware. A ransomware image got clicked. What's your first step? Okay, reviewing timing, decision making, and gaps. So disaster recovery basics. Uh, First, identify critical assets. Prioritize email servers, customer database, cloud application. All right. So offsite backup, for example, offsite backups. Ensure you have committed backups. Website copies, cloud or physical. Test restores. Can you actually recover if needed? Always like try to restore. Sometimes there is a small mistake can prevent you to restore your data. Warm up for phase two. You don't need to you don't need perfection, just fast, meaningful action, right? So use the free timeless and resource to speed things up. As we mentioned, that can help you with the time. Focus on policy training, vendor checks, and incidents readiness. Last phase, we have sustainability, which is phase three. Let's say that you have built the foundation and now you want to ask how do you keep the momentum going, opening out or letting security slips through the cracks. This phase is about making your InfoSec efforts reachable, reportable, and resilient, right? Let's jump to the first part in this phase, reporting to leadership. This is very important here. You need to show a value to leadership, right? So if they see security as just IT problem, you will always be underfunded and understaffed, right? So what to report? Always I say keep it simple, you know. Security matrix dashboard or the first page summary. Example of useful, uh, easy to track metrics like, for example, X% of system budget in last 30 days, X% of employees who completed security training. Then we have uh, a number of incidents reported in this month, 2 3, etc. We have two phishing emails blocked or more. That's just an example, or flagged. And X% of critical vendors reviewed for risk, right? So here we use a visual, not just text. For example, green, yellow, red indicator for a quick reading. Uh, then we have line graphs showing month over month progress. Next step, we have tie security to business risk. For example, we budget 92% of critical system, reducing ransomware exposure by X%, right? Training completions went from uh, 35% to 85%, reducing phishing click risks. All right. So then we have the long-term roadmap. Long-term roadmap, as we know, or you should know that security is a program, not a project. You need uh, clear plan for what happen next quarter and next year, even if they are just starting out, right? The key area for long terms planning. Let's take people first. Who should uh, who should you hire next, for example, right? Even if you cannot hire today, know what rules you will eventually need. That will give you advantage. First, we have, let's say, CISO or security manager. Here we talk about the strategic leadership, security analysis, daily monitoring and incident risks. Complying officer ensure alignment with the regulations. GRC or GARC specialist for governance, risk, and compliance planning. Now we come to the technology or the tools. So, what tools to add next? And always, let's start simple, then level up based on the budget and scale. If you start with the same tools like Waze, open source, then for growth options, you can use for sure Splunk, Log Wraith, etc. For EDR, so you can use Microsoft Defender, CrowdStrike, and there is other tools that can chill. Vulnerability scanning, we can start, for example, with OpenVast or Purple Suite. Then, so for a growth option, you can use, of course, Tenable, NISOs, and Purple Suite. Recently, they have AI feature in their scanning tool that will give you also advantage. Password management, we can start with White Weatherent's teams. Then you can for growth options, we can use one password enterprise. So make a tool adoption timeline here, right? So like we have Teams plus MFA rollout. Then we second we have vulnerability scanning plus DR plan test. Third we have higher analyzed plus SOC. It's set up. Yeah, right. So next part we come to policy and process review. Uh, Security isn't a sit and forget it, right? So review policy every 6 months. Rerun phishing simulation quarterly. Conduct mini risk review after any incident or major system change. Rotate incident response role to build team resilience. Uh, yeah, so we move forward to create security culture. This is often overlooked, but absolutely critical. So, if we focus on the 3 points here, recognize employees who report threats, phishing, spotters, ransomwares, etc. Send monthly security wins, email highlight improvement, you know, keep security in company all hands meeting. So as we know, when people feel like they are a part of the solution, security becomes everyone's job, not just yours.